Hey everybody, welcome back to Dan at Valhalla Games. Bringing to you from literally my workbench, a workbench update for the last little while. So please excuse the stuff and in the background and the state of my bench. You're from the front line of painting, so to speak. But hey, I've relocated for work during the weeks, but I've made sure that I've taken with me a whole bunch of my stuff so I can really attack my hobby goals list for the year. And first thing I've done on my priority is starting off with 1941 Germans. So here's the stuff that I brought with me and I finished off. Firstly, I got this Rubicon MG34 mounted in the sustained fire roll on the tripod. And I've also been working on finishing off a whole bunch of these guys who are Wargames Atlantic German sentries. But what I've done is I've equipped them with better quantity of webbing, and I've tried to sort of get them in poses sort of full of movement where I can. There's a couple of guys that are standing still doing sort of administrative tasks. That guy there is standing still having a smoke. But yeah, arming them with the best heads I can find within the box set, and the odd addition of arms from Panzer box set, and also as much equipment as I can get hold of on their webbing. Moves them from sort of a static looking guard force into a unit that's on the Eastern Front. So I've really enjoyed painting them up. There is loads of detail on them, and if I just zoom in, not too close though, because my camera won't like it with all the stuff on my workbench in the background. Yeah, there's loads of detail in them. They really are very, very nice. That guy there is dismounted off his half-track or another vehicle, taking his LMG with him. Yeah, they look really great when they're painted up. The detail really pops on them. It's a really great set. I've got about 1 million German Shepherds left over, which my dog Jaeger I'm sure will be happy with. Other guys I got were these guys here, probably slightly earlier Blitzkrieg style. They are the Warlord Games ones. Just making sure that this actually zooms in on what we want it to. There we go. Yep, so finished the logos guys off. I went through a lot to try and find the colour green I wanted for these earlier Blitzkrieg style tunics, and I ended up going for the Warlord Games Rapid Deployment paint. You can see in the background that the camera is nicely focusing on for me. I just gave a nice green tint to things without being too over the top. Now into the headless and armless. So that here is a Panzer Lehr Steve Barber Models MMG set. Obviously I've just painted up the crew so I can get access, or rather before I base them, so I could get access to all the bits on them, all the details. You can see heads and arms which are attached to that SFMG tripod and stuff like that, and ammunition all elsewhere, ready to get based up. And another one that I got from Steve Barber Models is this great set here, if it focuses, which is zoom out, pick it up. is this great set here, which is the sniper. It's great to have the proper tunics and everything on there, of course being different to all the others. And last but not least, vehicle drive from a Rubicon set. So I go through these guys again. I'll just pan out slightly. There you go. So impressed this Wargames Atlantic set. You have to raid your bits box for them to make them look like they're actually on the front line, but it's worth it. And last but not least, I've got this Rubicon Flak 43, I think it is, crew. Having mounted that flak weapon on SDKFZ 10/4, I've now got this crew here. Like, what do I do with them? And for the answer for that is, I have actually found in the estate sale for Mike one of the actual guns itself and a ground mount. So I was pretty stoked for that. So now I can mount these guys up on it. Alright, what else have I got on my workbench? We can start seeing the background here. So what I'll do is I'll just change angles and we'll go and have a look and see. Just before we have a look at other stuff, I might as well show you another couple of angles of some of these models. So there's the Steve Barber models Panzerlehr sniper team. Really nice. And if I was to just pan down here slightly, you'll be able to see some more of the detail of the Wargames Atlantic guys. And just moving on here to this Rubicon model. So what I did is finding a MG34 that you really like on a tripod is quite rare. So I made these all removable so that I can basically change out the type of crew. So I could put Fallschirmjäger on the base if I wanted to, anything like that. Basically anything that suits the basing. I can reuse that base now. I've just got the inset base there for the Rubicon team. The guy with the ammo boxes coming along, I thought that was particularly good to just sort of mount it there at the rear. It's a really nice model. Yeah, very good. So yeah, just making it all versatile. So what else on the painting desk? So first of all, you can see it in the background here. I have got a whole bunch of Grenadiers. Okay, in this case, they are painted up as SS, which is fine. We've got some Zeltbahn and stuff in there as well. I don't have any SS painted Zeltbahn available to me. So yeah, so I'll keep these guys as SS. There's just some repainting to go. You can see there that, you know, there's a lot of base coating. Usual thing when I buy a second-hand army, I'm looking for either well painted or base coated where I can work with it. So usual things you tend to find things like brightly silver painted sort of weapons, some broken barrels and stuff like that, but I will get onto that and sort them out. I've started just by putting brown soil on their bases to match them in with the rest of my army, because the original bases were mounted in or based in this sort of material, which just didn't provide any contrast, to be honest. So yep, working on those. Also with those, I found a bunch of Blitzkrieg style bodies in there. So some of them will come across to the this Barbarossa force. This guy here is quite a good one. Not completely unusual for them to still wear a gas cape in the alarm position there in the assault. not that common, hence why I've used the War Games Atlantic figures, but yep, some good uses for those. Oh, there's one last guy here, randomly stuck in. What else is on my painting table? All right, well, I managed to find a complete bargain online for Cruel Seas box set, so I'm going to spend some time working on that. There's the sprue of that box set. I have got some free sprues I got back in the day of the cover of War Games Atlantic. Wrong, of cover of War Games Illustrated magazine. There's the Soviet Navy fleet. And when I was travelling around visiting people over Easter, I found a couple of books at a thrift store, which I thought was great. First on the Brunnerville Raid, a bit of regimental history there. And this one here, Hitler's Teutonic Knights, Panzers in Action. And yeah, I might agree to disagree about the whether the SS could be compared to knights and or samurai, like Bruce Quarry's book prior to that one about the SS. But the pictures in here are excellent, especially some of the ones actually in battle. Good close-ups of the vehicles and stuff like that. So no matter what you think about the SS themselves, great for modelling opportunities there. And as I discussed, I have got a rather big SS army for Normandy / Arnhem. So good to get some more reference material for them. But that's it. Apart from one final thing I've got here. So a big thank you to a friend of mine who, when I helped him basically sell a whole bunch of miniatures that he got me a fantastic gift in conjunction with Sneaky Rex. And yeah, lo and behold, I got this gift as a thank you. There we go. So Major Carlisle and Colonel Frost from the movie A Bridge Too Far, and Roy Urquhart, both from Stoicy's Heroes. Really appreciated. So that's going to get added to the lead pile of opportunity. So there we go. Thanks very much. Thanks for joining us. I am away. I'm busy. I'm working hard. It's not great to be away, but the job opportunity is worth it. So good to get some hobby in while I am doing so and keep being productive hobby-wise. Thanks for joining me. Join me again soon for another update. See you soon.